There is an added bustle in the bistros and brasseries of the French capital, the places that define this city in the eyes of many.
This is Paris. Welcome back.
Over the last 2 weeks, establishments that were shuttered for 6 months eased back into their old routines, serving customers outside. Now people are being allowed to eat and drink inside, and life appears to be finally getting back to normal.
Basically what the pandemic did, and during the shutdown, it stripped Paris of everything that makes it Paris. We had no museums, we had no terraces, we had no restaurants. But part of living in a big city as well is that it's tough and it brings its advantages. All of the advantages that Paris had to offer for the people who lived here, it was all gone.
There are some restrictions. Customers who eat inside are going to have to scan a QR code with an app called Tous Anti-Covid, which means if there is another outbreak or infection, the government will know exactly who's been nearby and who has been exposed to the virus. COVID-19 cases have been falling in France since the beginning of April, while the vaccine program has been ramped up considerably. When cafes first opened 2 weeks ago, French President Emmanuel Macron was one of the first to grab a coffee and sit outdoors. His finance minister Bruno Le Maire went as far as saying cafe life was the art of living, but the French way.
Drinking at home is not the same thing at all. Good or bad, we don't care. Coffee is at the cafe. It's not the same as at home. I've been coming here for years.
Having people back inside, it allows us to have more people, and it's more pleasant. We are more in contact with the customers than when they are just outside.
There is concern, however, that not all restaurants and brasseries will survive, that those who have mounting debts may reappear, but won't have a long-term future.
I know some restaurants that open the Saturday for lunch and they were closed on Saturday night for a year. So imagine opening a restaurant, on the first day you get a lockdown for a year. The industry is going to suffer a lot from that, and of course the small independent restaurants are the ones that are facing the more trouble in the coming months.
Apart from cafes and restaurants now being allowed to open indoors as well as outside, the curfew moves from 9 until 11 at night, while tourists who've been fully vaccinated are slowly and carefully being allowed back into France. And for a city that is a magnet for visitors the world over, this is possibly the best news. Francis Collings, TRT World, Paris.